one where a lot of people think that when they see successful people, they think they were born successful. So what are your thoughts about that? Tell us a little bit about your childhood and your upbringing. Were you born successful?
No, I was not. I was born in the island of Barbados. My family has been there for about 300 years. We moved to the United States right when I was just before I turned one. And I tell everyone I grew up with more love than I could spend. But my family definitely struggled with, acclimating to the U.S. and my parents, starting new businesses and jobs. And, we had quite a bit of financial struggle that I recall from my formative years. But I learned a ton from that. I learned resiliency. I learned all the things that I wish my kids could learn without those types of experiences. Right. And so I learned how to be an entrepreneur young, because I don't think the conversation exactly went this way, but at some point I got the idea from my parents that, Nick, you can have anything you want in your life. We just can't give it to you. We'll support you, but we can't give it to you. So I started, teaching tennis lessons when I was 12 years old. And I figured out if I could get 10 kids on the court at the same time for $5 each for a half an hour group lesson, I could make $50. And, I progressed from there, did a bunch of other things. But I think I learned quickly that I was responsible for my own success. I would have support, which I don't know how you make it without that, by the way. I mean, there's a lot of talk in the world about privilege right now, and there's talk about, racial privilege and socioeconomic privilege and all these things. And I had the privilege of support. I don't know what it's like to not be a white man living in America, because that's really all I've done my whole life. I've visited many more countries than I wanted to. Been to Iraq and Haiti, and of course met amazing, beautiful people everywhere I've been. But I believe that we're responsible for our own success. But I don't know what I would do if I didn't have the advantage of support and loving parents.